like you and I, let's say you and I wanted to get in front of a venture capitalist, right? And then Jake Paul wanted to get in front of a venture capitalist. Who would get in front of it before?
Yeah, probably not us.
Jake Paul, right? Yeah. But like, let's just say we were venture capital. We literally were in that industry. Jake Paul would still get there before us. Why? Because he has status. He doesn't have venture capital status. He just has status, period. Do you understand? If The Rock wanted to try to get some resolution passed in the House and the Senate, or we tried to, who would have a better chance?
Yeah, so status outranks everything else.
The Rock would literally make a tweet, and then you'd have some congressman trying to propose it on the House or the floor of the House, because he doesn't have political status. He just has status. When you start to realize status is status is status, it makes so much more sense. It's not just having status to pick up girls. It's like having status for everything in your life. And it just makes sense. So we go back to the original thing I said, which is that networking is an evolutionary adaptation. When you grasp that concept of networking being an evolutionary adaptation, then the rest of it makes sense. You just kind of know what to do. You understand people's proclivities, people's motivations, right? Motivation is really simple. When you look at motivation through the lens of evolutionary psychology, all of it makes sense. It's so simple.
So, dude, I was going to ask you on like what you thought, what the fundamental part of the status is, girls, money, but I think I'm understanding it to be the displaying the perception of status to the world, and not just the perception, but the truth of it,
yes.
Right? But presenting that. All the other aspects, I don't think does it really matter if it's girls or if it's...
No, like, we have so I have several, so again, I'm selling a product. Yes, girls, they sell the product very well. Like we've tested several different advertisements.
Is girls the best?
The one with the girls does the best. There's no fourth wall in my program. I'm telling you guys right now, we've tested several different ones. The ones with the prettiest girls sells the most, moves the most product. But no, the thing is, instead of asking that question, consider your ancestors 50,000 years ago that lived in a tribe that were constantly, like, there were food shortages, there was the fear of drought, and there was fear of predators, and there were fear of other humans coming and killing them, right? Mm-hmm. Who would you look to for leadership? The man with the broad shoulders and the deep voice who looked like he was comfortable doing a fair amount of violence. Look at who the women find attractive now. Brock the bartender, who's 6'3" with tattoo sleeves, who looks like he's capable of committing a fair amount of violence. What I'm saying is these feelings that we have, or like do you notice all of our presidents are 6'3", 6'4"? Yeah. Like, why is that? Why are we listening to these men? All of them have tremendous speaking voices, well, at least the ones we've heard on TV. They have tremendous speaking voices. They're all great orators and incredibly charismatic. Why do we choose these men as leaders? It's not an accident. It's not because of like cultural conditioning or racism. It is a function of our ancestors would look for certain traits in people to be their leaders, right? When we look at, when you consider it from that standpoint, who are the guys with the high status? The ones that were bringing the gazelle back home. The most productive and competent men were the ones who got the prettiest wives.
Thanks for checking out this short clip from the full podcast I did. If you want to see another clip, go ahead and click the link right here. Or if you want to see the full podcast, you can click the link right here and check it out.